what's he say?
We'll see.
We're getting it together. Give it up one more time for Mitch Shop, y'all. Oh man, it is wild in here. Yeah, Adam Ivan is the one who did the poster art. That's my buddy. He's gonna be swinging through later. He's an artist, a local artist, and yeah, right. We got David Altamirano. Is that right? Am I reading that right? That's on deck. Oh, what's up, David? How you doing, bro? Good to. Sorry, good. We got you on deck, David. But right now, give it up for Bobby's cousin, Marcy.
Yo, Juicy Vana. I always type JUIC to find this because I'm special needs. Do I do my normal things? There's a lot of new faces. I should just do good normal comedy, but I've always identified as a retarded faggot. And I've just needed to tell you all. I'm not the brightest bulb in this bar, obviously, and I was raised homophobic. My dad was like, when I was 8 years old, my dad, The Man Show was on TV, and there were girls jumping on trampolines, and my dad was like, Joey, you like that, right? Like, he was very concerned that I not turn homosexual. That's the best way to say that word. Homosexual. Pronounce it like that from now on, please. Prees. I don't know why I turned Asian and said prees. Sorry. Okay, racial things. I do not generally talk about race because I know it looks like I like to talk about race. But let's just go into Martin Luther King, great man, right? We can all agree. No, you never knew him. I mean, it's hearsay, right? Do you trust the history books? But I believe in it. Martin Luther King, great man. But I do believe he set the bar a little too high for dreams. Because I had a dream that I was a chameleon, and it was awesome. And I wanted to tell my friends, but you can't start a sentence like that. I was changing colors like Snake and Metal Gear Solid. And then an alligator started chasing me, and it became a stressful nightmare. But I cannot start a sentence with "I had a dream" without people expecting civil conversation. So that sentence is ruined forever for casual talks. Also, breaking news, did you know Martin Luther King one letter away from being a beverage? It's milk. I don't know how the dairy lobby fucked up on that one. They really should have had a great sponsorship there. Do I do more? Do I just keep saying retarded and faggot over and over? I found a quarter, so I got paid for this in my mind. So here's the wealth train coming along. Mansplaining's a thing, right? We all know mansplaining, just dudes over-explaining things, but I'm excited for transplaining to pick up. Like, we're an accepting community. Like, we can have... Womansplaining will never work. Just because to, woman, it just doesn't work with the syllables. I blanked on the word syllables for a second. I'm proud that I picked that back up. All right. No, all right. What's happening in the audio? How is everybody feeling? Decent? Yoshi? Did you play the games? You have to. You have to. Yoshi's traumatizing for me. I had a fantastic affair once. It was really fun. It's fine. It all ended up okay. But my affair partner, we were playing the Yoshi game. And it was like, which one? Yoshi... I don't even remember. It was a Nintendo Switch Yoshi game. Anyway, we were playing it, and I'm like, we're not finishing this game. This has been a big trigger for me in relationships. I like want to do board games with the girl. I'm like, we're never gonna get to that. I understand there's a gestation period with this. You can only take this for so long. Did I use that word correctly? I don't know. Transformer callback. Shout out Femi. If you're a mother and you create a beautiful baby and it's a trans baby, then you're a transformer, correct? You are a transformer. You have formed a beautiful trans life. Shout out trans people. They're getting more respect on the porn websites. Did you notice? That's how you tell how we're coming as a world. When you see porn add the trans tab, you're like, oh, okay. We're accepting now. No? Okay, we're not. Fuck trans. No, I'm just kidding. Literally, fuck them. I mean, fuck everybody. Sexually. I think it's a good thing. Right? Yeah. Alright. Fat girls have too many options now. The apps, I thought I had a sure thing. I'm a decently attractive male every now and then, aside from this facial hair, which I wasn't supposed to do, but I did because I like making myself laugh when I look in the mirror. But I was on a date. It was going pretty well. It was like an Amazon interview where it's like, oh, this feels pretty good. Like maybe I got the job, or the further interaction. But yeah, you're shaking your head no. It's like they're just kind of placating. They're jerking you off. I'm just gonna say every motion you do, they're pointing at you. I don't know those motions. You're doing sign language. But anyway, after this Bumble date, I was like, oh, maybe this seemed like it's going well. But fat chicks just have too many options now. You just swipe, you give someone like 30 minutes of time and you're like, nah, it didn't connect how I wanted to connect, I'm gonna move on. So we're a little ADH dating. That's how you date now. Alright. Back to MLK. Alright, did you know? No, I'm done. I saw a sign, I'm just gonna jump around like a schizophrenic that I am. Saw a pink sign the other day. It said lost dog, $1,000 reward. And I'm like, I can find a dog that looks like that for $600 easy. So I've stumbled upon a business opportunity. Look out for Bobby's cousin Marcy's lost dogs. That's never gonna pick up. That's a shitty brand name. Weird world overall. I think it's weird The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, is mostly composed of water. He shoulder shimmied and chuckled. That's the best that joke's ever done. Thank you. But just information so it's not a stupid joke, it's 55% if you are a lady or a small dude, 60% if you're a male, and if you are non-binary, you do not retain water according to the US.gov. 0% on the website. So fix that, US.gov. I'm staring at you because you're the US.gov to me. You look like the US.gov. You look nothing like the US.gov, actually. That was terrible. That doesn't make any sense. If you date someone, I've not been lucky enough to be with someone with beautiful blue, green, red, colorful hair. But if you are in love with someone with that kind of hairstyle, and it's a traumatic breakup, whether it's domestic abuse, emotional abuse, whatever your flavor is, does that mean you have a hair trigger for the rest of your life? You're traumatized by turquoise? No? You got too much hair to laugh at that joke. Okay, fair. Got it! I got a smart. Thank you. What else? Anyone want to shout things out? I'll just randomly talk about stuff. I have RSF. A lot of people in Seattle have RBF, right? Resting bitch face. It's very understandable. I was just watching a Richard Pryor video about he's like, just because I'm not smiling all the time doesn't mean I'm not happy. And so I have further to go into that, but I don't have RBF, I have RSF, resting suicide face, which just makes me fit in really well in Seattle. Nobody wants to talk to me walking down the streets. Yeah. acronym jokes, hack. I saw a fight the other day, which is very funny. It was a very bad fight. It was across from Shanghai, North Star Diner. I'm plugging other comedy venues right now. Whoops. But there were two men. One dude held both hands. I didn't prepare. I should have this in the mic stand so that I could have both hands behind my back, but I didn't prepare. But pretend both hands are behind my back. It was like Conor McGregoring. It was like really challenging the fight. It was a terrible fight, like technically. I'm just very upset when I see. I shouted, "Break his kneecap!" Of course, I'm an instigator, which is an Eminem song, which is how I've used the word faggot for the entire time I've been up here, in the Eminem sense, which is to mock straight males that are homophobic. I don't know if you knew that's how Eminem used the word. We kind of got that, right? Like he's not scared of dicks in his ass, for the most part. Alright. I'm just gonna... Who's he, R. Kelly? I knew that. Alright, let's go to my wholesome material now. Do y'all like babies? You seem like you hate babies. Do you like babies? That's awesome. Okay. I was excited. I was about to be a father recently. I was in a relationship with a girl. And she's like, "I'm pregnant." And have you ever had that, like, where they just try to get you to stay because, they just fake being pregnant? Anyone here had that? That's really specific, but it's something that women are able to do. Men are not able to do this. You can say, "I'm pregnant." But it was a classic bait and switch. It was God's bait and switch, as I call it. It was a miscarriage. That's real. I haven't found a way to make it funny yet, but I have found I make it awkward at least. All right. Do I keep going? Do you wanna light me? All right. I'll do the wholesome one to leave out on. My grandfather was a war hero. He was in a war and he's my hero, so that counts. But he didn't talk a lot growing up. We hung out with him, Grampy, didn't say a lot of words. But he would exit, when we would leave, he would give this sign, which I thought was a fantastic way to live life. Like, take it easy, don't stress out too much, keep this in mind. But now that I've lived in Seattle for 15 years, I understand he was just appropriating surfer culture, so bad on you, Grampy. I'm pointing up because I'm hoping he's not in hell. Okay, love you, bye.
Give it up for, well, I feel like this is quiet, I can't hear it. Give it up for Bobby's cousin, Marcy, one more time, y'all. I'm pretty dumb myself, and Joey was talking about trans, and somebody recently had to explain to me that I thought that all trans people were from Transylvania. And then they had to explain to me that, no, that's vampires. And then I was like, no.